This is Sahara Drac, SCLegacy.com, and I am bringing you another Korean game today because I just think they're fascinating. Between the oGsTheSTC playing Terran against another member, I believe, of that clan, although I could be mistaken, but I do know that his name is Fruitseller. I know you can't read it there because it's in Korean unless you read Korean. And if you do, you can confirm that his name is indeed Fruitseller. So, not like as in like a basement where you keep fruit, like the wine cellar, like fruit cellar, like you know, Juan with his oranges in Los Angeles or whatever. A fruit cellar. Anyways, was that racist? Whatever. They made a movie about it. It's starring Paul Rodriguez, and that's what I meant. His name is Juan. It's called A Million to Juan. He's a fruit seller. He wins the lottery. Rent it. Netflix. Boom. Anyways, Depot going down on 10. I tend to see Terrans do that. Very, very interesting. Now, their Depot on 10 tends to finish before mine, so they have to wait a little bit before. I think like I'm squeezing in an extra SCV that a lot of good players aren't. So I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't be doing that because I'm able to build the SCV like maybe 2 seconds after the supply depot finishes, and I tend to think that keeping this stream of SCVs constantly going is more important than getting your barracks the split second your supply depot finishes, or getting your barracks a few seconds earlier, you know. But I don't know. Apparently, top players disagree. Fast expand on looks like 14 from Fruitseller, and there's the pool again on 14. So, an economic build from our friend Fruitseller. I've said in a few games that Zerg aren't allowed free fast expands anymore. Well, when you're a Korean, you are still, apparently, unless he gets punished badly. But that remains to be seen. So, scout drone did manage to get in here. The Marine didn't pop out yet, but the Marine doesn't care about a drone. He's like, I got better things to do. I'm gonna go shoot this big old balloony thing. Ah! And then the drone sneaks up on him. But he is going to see the fast expand now from Fruitseller, and the STC is going to continue to come up here. Not much else to see. I mean, he pretty much knows exactly what the Zerg base looks like. And this is risky. I mean, he could easily have 2 Zerglings that could just sneak right up here while this guy is target firing. But, you know, I'm sure he has faith in his unit control, and if he does take this out, which he does, ooh, very worth it so far. So, Queen coming out here. He's going to start connecting his fantastic creep highway. No tech buildings yet, just getting his queens out, and back here in the Terran base we do have a factory about to finish and a second gas established, though no one mining from it quite yet. Zerglings are running around the base, finally. Not sure if those Marines went home or what. Yay? Did they die? No. 2 Marines, where are you guys? There you are. I found them. So, yeah. Trying to chase these Marines in, and ooh, Hellion pops out just in time. Is he going to be able to keep both Marines alive? No, he loses 1 Marine. Is he going to lose the other? No. Ooh, pretty good micro there. I would have saved both Marines because I'm that Gosu, but, you know, not everyone can be Sahara. So, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm actually pretty damn awful. Like, I'm awful. Like, I was playing, like, I won a TVZ earlier because I was just better, but, like, if he had been playing well at all, like, I would have, because, like, when the Baneling roll starts rolling in and I'm holding it off and I'm trying to counter, like, I just can't manage the map. I get a little frazzled. It's something I need to work on. I am getting a lot better at constant SCV production, though, I think, at the macro game. I think my macro has improved vastly since I started playing Retail Ladder as opposed to in the beta. Anyways, expansion's about half done here. Now, this, I don't care what clan you're in, I don't care what country you live in, this is an unnecessary risk. You can just easily build this command center here where it's safe and then float it over. There's literally, it's just it's so risky. But obviously a holdover from Rude War play is that type of expansion. So now look, he has to defend this. If this was building in here, he wouldn't even care if these Zerglings were running around here. Who cares? I mean, he does hold it off, but it's just a gamble that you don't need to take. There's no real payoff. C's getting orbital command anyways. You know, it's like, I don't know. You do mine a little, start mining a little bit earlier, I guess, but I don't know, boss. Anyways, here comes 4 Lings, just to scout it out. Do manage to pick off a Marine, and actually when I downloaded this game from the replay site, it said it was a ZVZ. I just realized this is not a ZVZ, so sorry. I wanted to do a non-Terran game. This is just kind of how it happens. And this is interesting. Gets the lair and then starts the Roach War. Doesn't get the Roach War and then build the lair. And the Terran does indeed see that directly. Let's see if he cancels the Roach War. Oh, here comes the Hellions. Looks like there's no point in canceling the Roach War. And there's the secret. The Hellions are aware of the secret. Ooh, look at that line of fellas. If only he had seen that. That would have been a very nice little toast. And he does have the Pre-Igniter upgrade. And yeah, 5 kills on each. Ooh, 5 kills on each of those Hellions. So there's 10 drone kills. Although some of them were probably Lings, but still, good damage being done by those 2 Hellions. And the expansion is starting to get nice and saturated. So pulling ahead economically as he makes the Spire go down, and vehicle weapons and a Thor being created for the Terran. Looks like they had to pause there, and now they're restarting. So, I'm curious to see how much gas he spends on Mutalisks. If he just kind of does a little pick and move thing just to keep the Terran on his toes, or if he really goes Mutalisks. Looks like he's going 5 to start, so that's a pretty solid gas investment. Here comes a group of Lings coming in. Very active use of the Lings. Not only can they possibly grab a couple SCV kills, but they're just really, really cheap, good, fast scouts. So I like that from Fruitseller there. And I just got a message, but I am on busy mode. So whoever messaged me, sorry. If you know what that sorry is from, I will like you. Sorry. And here come the Mutalisks. There they are. Hellions are pretty fast, so Mutalisks kind of have a hard time chasing them down, but he is keeping the Hellions at home rather than killing more drones, so I suppose that's good. Just one regular edition Thor for the STC here. Coming out, another Thor just finished, and as you can see, Fruitseller is not using his Hydra magic box that keeps the Mutalisks, the recently discovered magic that keeps the Mutalisks nice and separated. But he does, look at that, he does actually separate them manually, which is pretty cool. But then as they fly away, yeah. I don't know if you guys watched the IEM German Gamescom tournament, StarCraft 2 tournament this past week, but if you haven't, I definitely recommend checking it out, and also checking out my Strategy Weekly Plays of the Week, which should be up any day now, which has all plays from that tournament. Every play in the Plays of the Week is going to be from that tournament. And you will get to see the Hydra's use of the magic boxes in StarCraft 2. In StarCraft 1, it was to keep them clumped. In StarCraft 2, it's to keep them unclumped. Kind of interesting. But Roach upgrades happening for Zerg. I actually think this is a really, really cool Zerg play. You get the Zerglings out, you get your expansion, you get those mutas, and you're like playing this standard Zerg game, and then you go back a step to the tier 1.5 Roaches and get the upgrades for the Roaches. Unless it's scouted very well, which it actually looks like STC is doing a good job of, but unless it's scouted really, really well, that kick back to upgraded Roaches is going to be really, really, really effective against a less than prepared Terran. So I actually am fascinated to see how this plays out. Banelings, of course. Thors are taken out. Mutalisks, and Mutalisks take their revenge out on one poor Marine. Looks like, does he have the speed upgrade for the Banelings? Yes, he does. So, going to be some very scary Banelings rolling around, but he is still going to defend this gold expansion with all his gumption, all his might. And, ooh. Thor's got big shots off on those Mutalisks, and that should do it, yeah, for the Mutalisk. And we probably won't see 6 Infestors coming out for the Zerg. Interesting. He is still, he's gotten, no, every upgrade except for the tunneling claws, and he still hasn't made a single roach. And that, I actually think that's not bad at all. I actually think, because he can just bust out with them, like, wah-bah, sucker punch with the roaches, and they'll be nice and upgraded. Actually, well, I'm very curious to see it. So hopefully we see how this, if he does that, or if he just gets smashed in the next like 5 seconds. But yeah, Infestors are actually really good at holding bases with their infested Terrans, and especially with the fungal growth. And here's something we're going to see a lot more in Terran vs. Zerg is these remote sensor towers and remote missile turrets. When Zergs start really getting into the Mutalisk spread against Thors, we're going to see old Brood War style slow push, or I'm sorry, hard push from Terran. I think a lot more in TVZ now, which is cool. I like the hard push. I like the turrets. And for those of you who are didn't play StarCraft 1 or anything, a hard push is when you push very slowly across the map with tanks while building turrets and bunkers. Very slow, very methodical, very strong push. And these Infestors, I've been keeping my eye on them. And, he's getting a Hydralisk upgrade now, but in the meantime, very good reaction time here from the STC. But yeah, these infested Terrans, I actually think he should have done it over here. Oh, I stand corrected. Dude has a turret there, and look at that. The infested Terrans do take out the command center, and that's a big deal right now, even though he's on 2 mining bases still. You don't want to, I mean, he still has plenty of resources here that he's not going to be able to mine, or he'll have to long distance mine until it finishes. But fungal growth going down here, lots of Infestors dying. They're trying their best to survive, and Infestors are a big gas investment, so all in all I'd say that was fun and cool, but I don't know if it was entirely worth it. And yeah, a couple sensor towers. I really like this. I'm trying to implement this kind of push a lot more often in my play, because it is fun, man. I had forgotten. Look at how much Terran is producing right now. Whew. Level 3 vehicle upgrades, by the way, along with a level 2 infantry. 7 roaches finally coming out for the Zerg. And this kind of push, this kind of hard push, well, of course everyone's different, but I find it incredibly fun to play. I suppose to a lot of players it could seem kind of boring and slow, but I like that. I like that just slow crawl across the map full of just strength. Because I hate feeling weak when I play StarCraft 2. See here, lots of Hydras and a couple Roaches and Infestor are going to be forced to pull back. Planetary Fortress, tanks, and Marauders with medevacs. So that's what I'm saying about the strength of this hard push. And Sensor Tower is another really underestimated unit. See if he is going to push in here. The Roaches are actually pushing this down. The fungal growth goes down, is doing a lot of damage as the Hydrals take out the medevacs. The Thor is shooting as much as he can. Yeah, here comes the reinforcements coming in, so he looks like he will hold this thanks to the new tanks. But yeah, very scary moment there for the STC, because that could have been, if those reinforcements hadn't shown up right in the nick of time, that would have been a very, very, very damaging push for the Zerg. So almost got it. Lots of speedlings running in now. Definitely going to take care of this tank. Yeah, decides to back out. Getting his Thor all nice and repaired. Let's see what he is producing. 8 Hydralisks, so he's going to continue the Hydralisks. And yeah, more of the mech with Marine and Marauder. Just a nice, solid all-around mix for the Terran. oGsTC. You make me have to pee. See how I made it rhyme? That was pretty good. And this small force here is going to take out this. And in the meantime, he's going to continue to crawl forward against this expansion. He really... Oh, is he going to get it? Oh my god, that hatchery has 50 hit points. He waited to break down the rocks instead of going around. But yeah, look at this here. Turret's going down, and he already knows about this expansion. So yeah, the slow push coming